Hey guys, how's it going? So today's gonna be a little bit different from my other Vlogmas videos. I am still kind of sick and I actually decided to take the day off from work today. And because I'm taking the day off, I'm just trying to kind of rest and gonna take things a little bit slower. So I'm not actually gonna do anything today. So I thought it would be better just to kind of have a slightly different video today. So a couple videos ago, I asked y'all to ask me questions so I could answer them. And I answered one of your questions because a couple people asked the same thing and I kind of made an entire video about it. But I haven't actually had a chance to answer any of the other questions yet, so I'm just gonna do that today. Just go through each of the questions and answer them as best I can. And by the way, I'm probably not gonna get through all the questions. The video would just be like way too long if I did. So I've just kind of picked a few that I will be answering today. Okay, first question. Are you planning on doing YouTube long term? The answer is yes. So I've been doing YouTube kind of on and off since 2016. I was just kind of interested in like the YouTube space and like the possibility of like getting famous and kind of all that thing. So I started a channel, I started vlogging and I was making videos maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks. I don't remember very well. But I've obviously been less steady at certain points and a little bit more steady, kind of depending on the time. But since coming back from my mission, I really wanted to kind of explore the idea of making this maybe a career or at least something along those lines. I'm not really sure exactly how everything will work yet, but I really wanted to give it a real try and be consistent and things like that. So yes, I am definitely planning on consistently posting long term. All right, next question. And so this question was asked in a few different ways by a few different people, but I'm just gonna kind of simplify it. Did you have any culture shock in Japan? What surprised you about Japan? So I originally got to Japan in December of 2019, before COVID and everything like that, just for some background. When I got there, I didn't have any super big culture shock. Like obviously I wasn't used to living in a place where I couldn't understand everything that's going on. But in terms of like actual culture shock, I was living with another American, so that, that obviously made things a little bit less different. And it really wasn't too bad, especially because I had been to Japan before. So I didn't really have a whole lot of culture shock. And because of that, I didn't really have anything that surprised me a whole lot. I think the interesting thing is, especially me having traveled, if you go and live in another country, another first world country, there's really not a whole lot to be surprised by, actually. Like, we have differences, obviously, because everywhere is a little bit different, everywhere has a slightly different culture. But in reality, we're just people living life, kind of doing our thing, working, all the regular stuff. So there's really not a huge difference between, say, Japan and America. Like there's obviously gonna be some differences, but there's nothing that's massive, at least in my opinion. Now, obviously going to a country like Morocco was a very different experience from the United States, but I feel like that's kind of a different comparison than Japan. But yeah, so I didn't really have anything that surprised me. No super bad culture shock that I remember. I feel like I adjusted pretty well, pretty quickly, just to kind of the way of life, because again, it's really not super different. Also, just a side note, I'm sorry, like I might sound kind of weird right now just because of the scratchiness of my throat. So I apologize for that if that's coming through. I can like feel myself not talking like I normally do, but I don't know how much it's actually coming through the camera. Okay, next question. Are you going on any more missions? So the way it works is I was able to go on a mission starting at age 18, and obviously I left when I was 18, so I really wanted to kind of do that as fast as I could. But then after you're done with your young, like full-time mission, you cannot do one of those again as a single person. But say I get married and like 40 years down the road, I'm retired and I have a lot of time in my hands and also some extra money to actually do it. I could go on another mission with my spouse, kind of as my companion, which would be super cool. And that's definitely something I've thought about doing maybe in the future. Obviously that's a long way away, so I have a lot of time to think and figure things out. But as it stands currently, I cannot go on like another regular mission like I did before. Now that is different for women, actually. So if you're a woman and you go on a mission, you can actually go as many times as you want, even if you're still single. I don't know the specific reasons for that. That's just kind of how they have it set up. But obviously I'm a man, so I will not be able to go that route. Okay, next question. I've also gotten this question a couple different times, but it is, what will you be studying at college? That is the big question that I still don't have an answer to, actually. So I'm trying to figure it out. I've got a couple things I know I want to study, but nothing that really stands out as something I want to focus on. So currently there's like two things that I want to try to study. And the first thing is religion, actually. I want to do a deeper religious study like Hebrew Bible studies or kind of more historical things like that. and possibly maybe go on a foreign exchange program to like Jerusalem or something like that in the future. That would be way cool. And that's something that BYU offers. So that's one thing that I want to focus on. And then the second thing is Japanese language. I want to continue studying that, obviously. And while I was in Japan, I kind of expected that I would be able to get back and consistently study on my own, but I've been finding it really tough to actually find the motivation to study on a regular basis. So I think it would be helpful if I actually like took a college class or something like that to kind of help me get motivated to study a little bit more and keep up on the language skills that I built while I was in Japan. So that's another thing. But beyond that, I really have no idea still. I'm trying to figure that out. I'll keep you all posted as much as I can. So sorry I can't, answer your question fully, but. Next question, what did you miss most about the US while in Japan? I definitely have an answer to this, but it's kind of a weird answer. So I really love Mexican food, like burritos and tacos. And I know a lot of it's kind of Americanized, but like that Tex-Mex or just, Mexican food is so good. I love it so much. And surprisingly enough, you can't really find that outside of the continental United States, or at least it is a lot harder to find. And while I was in Japan, there was almost no Mexican food at all. So in one of my areas, we were actually able to find like a Mexican food truck that was like an hour away. But other than that, there was like no Mexican food. So that is probably the thing I missed the most out of everything. Also, okay, barbecue as well. No barbecue, absolutely. Like they have Japanese barbecue and it's really good, but it's different from American barbecue. So I definitely missed like pulled pork and ribs and things like that. And I wasn't able to get that until I came back to America. But it's just food, so it's not the worst thing to miss in the world, but it's definitely something. I don't think there was anything else though. Like obviously I miss my family, but other than that, there wasn't anything I missed a whole lot. Final question, where will you live in the future? So I honestly don't know. I have a lot of ideas and like things I'd like to do, with my life in the future. But I don't really know exactly where it'll all take place. So I'll be going out to Utah for college, and I don't know how long I'll be there, so that'll be something. But then I might come back to North Carolina. Like I really love North Carolina. I like this area a lot. But the problem is it's kind of far away from my two favorite scenic spots, which are the ocean and mountains. Like it's right smack dab in the middle. Like mountains are like 3-4 hours away. The ocean is like 3-4 hours away. So I kind of want to be somewhere that's like a little bit closer to at least one of those, but I really don't know. I guess we'll see where the wind takes me. I've even thought about like living in Iceland or overseas or Japan again. I really don't know. It's kind of all up in the air at this point. All right, well, that is all the questions I will be able to go through today. Sorry if I didn't get to your question, but thank you for commenting all of them. I don't know if y'all saw it on my last video, but I decided that the way I'm gonna do Vlogmas is Monday through Friday will be kind of regular vlogging videos. And then Saturday, I actually want to do a live stream. So I'll be doing a live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, which will last maybe an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know exactly, but just kind of chat, just hang out. And then I won't be posting any videos or anything like that on Sunday. So that'll kind of be how it goes. So that means I will be doing a live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you want to see that, make sure to hit the notification bell below this video to get notified as soon as I go live. There will be a recording, so you'll be able to watch it after the fact, even if you didn't get there live. But if you want to be there live and like ask questions and just hang out, make sure to be there right at 6. Thank you for watching this video today. Really appreciate it, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Later, guys.